Hey everybody, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of the Tamara Tamu Show, where dreams have no filter. So I have a little confession here. So this video that I'm recording, this will be the fifth time that I have recorded this. And it's so funny because this topic that I'm talking about is about perfectionism and how perfectionism negatively impacts how you see yourself, how you see your vision, how you see what you want for your life. It affects how you take care of yourself and what you tell yourself that you deserve. So let's get into the topic. So I talked about this I started talking about this perfectionism idea in the last video, the video that I just did. I called it Perfectionism is Still a Scam. Well, in this video, perfectionism is still a scam. Nothing has changed. It's a lie. So in this video, let me just say this first. Watch Perfectionism is a Scam. Watch that video first and then come back to this one. So in that last video, I talked about how, among other things, how we lie to ourselves and we say, well, I haven't taken a step, or I haven't embraced what I truly want because I want things to be right. I don't have everything in place like it should be yet, so I'm not going to move in that direction. Or I just want things to be perfect, you know, just so I can put my best foot forward. All right, we've all said that. I've said that. Okay, I said that to get to the fifth recording on this video. Okay, 5 times. But we do that. This is not a judgment. This is for us to look at that and say, okay, wait a minute. I'm living my life. Yes, I have my life. Yes, I'm satisfied, but there's more. And perfectionism is getting in the way of what I think I deserve. So let's talk about that. So we all want to, like I said in the previous video, we all want to give our best. You know, I don't know that you would, survey 100 people and ask them, hey, when you do something, do you give your best? I don't know how many of those people would say no. I think most of those people would say, well, yeah, I want to give my best. Giving your best doesn't equate to perfection. Does not equate to perfectionism. All right. Also, wanting the best, expecting the best for yourself does not mean you have to be perfect now, back in the past, now, or in the future. It's not what that means. And we have to be careful. So this entire show is about embracing, taking to heart the life that we want. And again, I want to remind you, when I talk about the vision and the life that we want, it's about having wholeness. It's about having the best, having luxury in every part of our lives. Whatever that looks like to you. All right, so in this video, when you see me hold up this green notebook, next week it might be another color, I don't know. But for the purposes of this video, when you see me hold this up, this is going to represent that big vision that we have for us, for our lives. All right, so here's what perfectionism will do. Perfectionism will say, well, you've had certain things before. You've had maybe a business before. You've had probably maybe opportunities before, and those maybe didn't go so right. Because remember, you didn't have everything in place. Remember, things weren't perfect, but you went, you did it anyway, you took action anyway, and look what happened. Perfectionism will say, well, you know what? I didn't do things right that time, so then I don't deserve this. Perfectionism will also say that what you do is tied into your self-worth. Perfectionism will have you saying, well, you know, I haven't done 101 things of things that I didn't want to do. So therefore, I have to struggle a little bit more in order to deserve this. It's all tied into what you expect. So let's look at it like this. Let's say that, you're living your life, but every day you got this. You are imagining yourself living this way. You wake up with the vision, you go to bed with it, but you're in this loop. You're in this loop, and perhaps because of maybe some action steps you took in the past, now you're almost afraid to even say that you want this, because perhaps the action steps that you've taken didn't yield the results that you thought. And I'm speaking from personal experience when I use that as an example. So what can happen is, again, the lie of perfectionism will rear its huge ugly head and say, well, no, don't do that, because everything's not in place, because you know what happened last time. So then, instead of you expecting the best, expecting good, telling yourself that you deserve the best, then what happens? You get caught in this loop of your life looking the same way. It may not be bad, it may not be good, but you know that there is more. But because of perfectionism, you're caught in this loop where you're always expecting certain things. You don't want to get too close to expecting the best, or get too close to expecting good, or get too close of telling yourself, hey, I still deserve this. So then what you're expecting, it becomes a part of your identity, which keeps you in that same loop. That's what perfectionism can do. It can be so detrimental. And again, you wanting to give your best and you expecting the best does not equate to perfectionism. It does not. Perfectionism is a scam to keep you in a loop when you know that there's more. When you know that this vision is calling you, that's why it's there. It doesn't go away. It doesn't go away because it's a part of your soul. It doesn't go away because that's how your true being wants to be expressed. That's why. Perfectionism will also have you thinking that this here, that perhaps, maybe, you don't deserve it because you wouldn't handle it right. Because you don't have everything in place that you wouldn't handle it right. Think about this. Now listen, before I say what I'm going to say, When I do these videos, I am not here to convince you of anything. I am just here to remind you of how powerful you are. I'm here to remind you that this here, your imagination, your vision is there for a reason. I don't believe, no, I know that there's no way you could have a vision for how you see yourself if you couldn't handle it. I don't care what it is. There's no way that you could have this and not be able to maintain it. Even if you can't see how. That's another thing that perfectionism will do. It will make you think that you have to know all the exact hows to get to this. Scam. You don't need to know the how. You don't. So, I want you to pick this up, go to your vision, and I don't care how many times you have to tell yourself, I'm worthy of this. I deserve this. I don't care if you've had a business in the past and it, quote, failed. Remember, I have my own thoughts about what failure really means. And it failed, doesn't affect your self-worth. You're still worthy of everything that you desire. So I'm going to, as I finish up this video, finish up this topic, I'm going to go back to creativity. Creativity is, look at it like this. Anything that brings you joy is a part of creativity. That's the same as you being creative. So if you are struggling with your self-worth and not allowing yourself to say out loud what you really want because of maybe some things that have happened in the past, just do something that brings you joy. This is not about, when I say do something that brings you joy, forget about results. Forget about, again, yes, forget about results, period. Just do it because it puts you in a zone. Do it because it gets you out of the loop of time. Do it because it energizes you. Do it because it makes you feel good, period. If you do that, if you're struggling with, I don't know if I deserve my vision, I don't know if I deserve this, do something that gives you joy, period. So, perfectionism is a scam. It is not real. It's not a thing. So, embrace your vision. Take that next action step that you already know to take. You don't need to ask anybody. You don't need to do a survey. You don't even need to watch another YouTube video. You already know what to do. Also, let me say this. Perfectionism will have you thinking that you have to ask 100 people what to do. It will have you not trusting yourself. It will have you looking outside of yourself for answers that you already have within. Your intuition has already given you. Your higher self has already given it to you. Just like your higher self gave you this vision, your higher self has answers. Stop looking outside of yourself. All right, so that's it. Also, I don't know did I say this at the beginning of this video? I noticed I have a few new subscribers. Thank you so much for joining us here at the Tamara Tamu Show, where dreams have no filter. We have fun here. We talk about some real things. Though my approach is very much, I don't sugarcoat. So thank you for joining. I'd love to know how you found this video. So leave me a comment. Let me know. I'm curious. Also, if you have any questions about any of the videos that you've watched so far, leave me a comment. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Share this with people that you know, and hit the notification bell so that you can be the first to know when I post a new video. All right. So thank you once again. Until next time, cheers.